Hi guys, Taylor Hunt, Ashtanga Yoga Columbus. I'm here today to talk about what is Mysore. So there's so much misinformation about Ashtanga, and then there's also so much misinformation about what Mysore is. And I thought I'd just take a couple minutes just to help clarify what it actually means, or Mysore actually means. So Mysore is individualized teaching. It's one-on-one teaching. And so when a person first comes in, you teach them small segments of a series of postures, and you help it kind of sink in because you're looking for strength, flexibility, and then also stamina. And so, but you're also looking for them to memorize the series. So in a Mysore room, it's quiet. And so what happens is I teach someone a little set of poses, and then just like a dance class, you start back over, you repeat it. And so eventually a person wouldn't repeat that series of poses, but you want to teach them the first set or the first part of the choreography, to put it in kind of dance terms there. But Mysore is also a place in India, and that's where the Ashtanga tradition comes from, Mysore, India. And so a lot of times people just kind of get that confused, or they think Mysore style is different than Ashtanga, and it's the exact same thing. All it is the delivery of how we deliver the Ashtanga primary, second series, third series, fourth series, any of the series. It's how the teacher gives a certain individual the series. And so typically we say one pose at a time, or small little groupings of postures at a time. And so what happens is in a typical vinyasa class, the student would never learn the sequence. And then just to put a comparison with Ashtanga, in Ashtanga Mysore class, what we're trying to do is actually give them the sequence. And so we're not trying to create anything new, where vinyasa class is they're continuously evolving or changing or whatever you want to call it. But in Ashtanga class, or in a Mysore class, we are trying to give them the series to make them an independent practitioner. And I think that's I think there's Mysore, and I think there's everything else. And for that reason alone. So the Western way of teaching yoga is how I described the vinyasa, but the Eastern way of teaching yoga is closer to how Ashtanga does it. Typically Ashtanga or yoga was prescribed. It was for you only, the teacher taught just you. And was able to give you feedback right away on what was supposed to be happening in your body instead of to everyone in the room. And that's a really significant, it's small, but significant part that makes Ashtanga or Mysore fit everyone really. So as I walk around the room and I'm teaching, and I'm focused on what would best serve that person, I'm able to give that person feedback based on what their ability is. I'm able to stop their practice early so that they don't sacrifice the breath or form or drishti or any of that stuff. We want them to be steady. And so we want to practice 6 days a week in the Ashtanga tradition. And so in order we gradually build up the series, the amount of times that we're in the room, all of that stuff. So I thought I would point that out just to maybe give a little bit of comparison about how the West teaches it compared to how the East teaches it, just to help people understand what Mysore is. So thanks for joining me today. Namaste.